Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am Ananda Rose, and today we have the wonderful Kirsty Marie with me, and we are doing our neurodivergent series. We actually not starting it up, we're continuing with it. Hello, Kirsty.
Good morning. Well, good morning our time. So yeah, lovely to be
Oh,
here.
it's great to be here, and I've just been doing so many other things and not been on the channel so much. So thank you that we are in agreement that we could come and do this today because I've actually missed doing this. How about you?
Mm, yeah, me too. Me too. It's so much fun. It's so heart-opening and things have been going on and the timing just needed to shift and it's all perfect. So
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Things have been going
Mm,
on for sure. I mean, gosh, it's not stopping at the moment with everything that's happening. And it's also, when you start coming into everybody starts coming into their mission and purpose, and it's happening all at once, and everything is intermingled, then it can be a little bit overwhelming. It's
mm,
great because the light switch is on, and then you're like, oh, I'm supposed to do that. Oh, I'm supposed to collaborate with that person. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. But before you know it, it's like, oh, but I've got to do that and I've got to do this. And so it's been like that. And I think I speak from my experience like that. I had a busy life and now it's sort of changed. But I feel like what I have to be mindful of, and this is, I'm sure, for everyone too, I have to be mindful to be wise about how I schedule myself,
mm.
how I spend my energy. Yeah, and it's
Yes, yes.
important to do that.
It's
So,
so important. And
oh,
it's pertinent to mention that we were planning to do something like this a while ago, maybe a month ago even. And when we talked about it, it wasn't right. And there was a reason for it. And because I have these, like a lot of neurodivergent people, I have these patterns of being like, fine, fine, fine. And then I'll crash. And it's exactly what you're talking about. It's this not being quite mindful of where the energy goes, where the energetic boundaries are,
yeah.
what feeds us and what doesn't, and also, just old patterns that we can all fall into. And so, yeah, that experience of re-experiencing things I have experienced many times before has really informed what we're going to bring through today. So that's
Yeah.
perfect.
So it's
Mm,
been valuable. The time that we've had since we did the last one has been valuable. In the sense that we've had a lot of learning to do. And so here we are. And it just comes to mind before we go into it. What I found for myself was that I took on all these things and because I felt guided to, I intuitively do this session, do that, whatever, right? But I was like, it was actually taking me to a point where I wasn't remembering, or I am still going through that, but I'm not remembering what I did 2 minutes ago.
mm,
But I need to say that, everything that I took on, everything, if I don't remember that this, then, but I believe everything that I took on in this time, I honored it, I fulfilled it. And so, but sometimes it's hair raising because I realize, oh, I've got that thing to do. And I realize it like at midnight before I'm doing it first thing in the morning, oh, okay. But we have to be mindful, very important, because the lives we're living now is highly energetic. It's also about living with tuning into intuition, and that can take us away from that intuitive time. And, you know, but the other thing is, be assured you'll get your downloads because the downloads are coming in fast and furious at the moment, and they're also you're just suddenly getting what you have to do. Sometimes you don't have to spend too much time tuning in. I don't know if you're finding that. I don't have to just spend like long time tuning in. I tune in for to replenish myself because that's what I need to do. I sit in the corner and I do my meditation and I take maybe 1 hour in a week where I do that. So
mm.
that's my encouragement. Take the time for yourself, but just remember, trust that all the things that will come through, that need to come through, will come through at the right appointment. Yeah.
Mm.
So let's talk about today. Before we talk about today, I'll just do a little karaoke for us. I've been told it's okay to say karakia by our First Nations people, those that I'm connected to. So everybody, as we come in, we're just going to clear our space. If it's available to you, you can hold a crystal in your hand. So I've got my selenite. I've also got the Lemurian crystal here. So whichever one. And I'm just going to hold my selenite when I do this. All right, I've got some incense burning, so we're clear. It's one of those cone incenses, so I won't bring it in front of us and clear us, but I'll use the feather. Oh, Hanake. I just feel for a moment. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Let's go. Kurma. Now breathe. Breathing in through the nose. Pushing the breath all the way down to the belly. Bringing it up. Pause when the breath is at your torso, if that's comfortable for you, if that's available for you. And then release when you feel like you need to release it. Sebakachua, sebakachua, sabakuchua, nakitia. Take 2 more breaths like that. Ushahalahi Hanashela Ushahahiha Ukurufa it's in no Selekamato Natse Auruknafai Ya Horana Hayana Tuk Maskata Rahaise. And as we come back from that, Makurentia, take a deep breath, have a sip of water if that's available to you. Echefana Koromateana Kato. Just holding your crystal if you have it, or even if you don't have it, imagine you have a crystal. Just keep your feet firmly planted on the ground and just be grounded, be grounded. Thank you. So, Kirsty, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, so welcome everyone. Thank you for that beautiful prayer, invocation, karakia. Just landing here. And I'll begin with a chant and then I'll lead us into a little guided meditation and a process. And just reminding ourselves before we start of the intention of this session, which is to work with that black sheep energy. Do we belong? Do we not belong? Can both of those things exist simultaneously? Do you feel separate from your family of birth, your place of origin? Just reminding yourself that on some level, we've chosen this. We had things to learn, and through our learning process, things to offer. However separate we may feel, we are one with the universe, with each other. And now is the time for transmuting old patterns, healing generational trauma, whatever no longer serves us, coming into the now with our chosen families, our soul families, knowing that we have purpose, we have magic, and we are more than enough. So just feeling your feet on the ground still, connecting to your higher self, maintaining your sovereign boundaries always. And now we call in the 4 directions, the heavens, the divine feminine, and the Christ consciousness in our heart. And Bishem Adonai, Miyamene Michael, Umismole Gabriel, Umi Lefenai Uriel, Umi Achrorai Raphael, Ve'al Roshi Shekinah Ve'balevi Yeshua Bishem Adonai Miyamene Mihael Umismole Gabriel Umi Lefenai Uriel Umi Yachrarai Raphael Ve'al Roshi Shekinah Ve'balevi Yeshua Bishem Adonai Miyamene Mihael Umismole Gabriel Umi Lefenai Uriel Umi Yachrorai Raphael Ve'al Roshi Shekinah Ve'balevi Yeshua Ve'balevi Yeshua. And just taking a moment now to breathe into these energies. Feeling those supportive energies coming from all around you, from all aspects of your higher self, from whichever high vibrational aspects you wish to call in, be they angels, guides, dragons, unicorns, benevolent ancestors, all beautiful, perfect aspects of divine creation, of which you are an integral part, as are we all, here and now on this planet. So feeling that energy, imagining it as a beautiful golden orb of light, or a Merkaba, your vehicle of light, expanding out from your heart space, infusing you, surrounding you, protecting and honoring you. Just remembering your own expansive nature, so ancient, so wise. Knowing that if ever you feel you don't belong, this is not the truth, but it is sometimes part of our human experience. And there's value in honoring this feeling and seeing what lessons there are for it, for us. And so as you expand into this energetic space, I'm going to invite you to create a portal to your own special place where you can be unapologetically, uniquely yourself. If you've ever felt a little bit weird, a little bit out there, creating this portal now, see what it looks like for you. For me, it's a little cabin in the woods, this beautiful sacred space where I can just be however I wish to be. No fear, no judgment, no one looking over my shoulder. This beautiful, safe bubble of self-expression. Create it for yourself, knowing you can step into this space whenever you feel to. Whenever this human life feels a little bit harsh, a little bit too much, stepping into your sacred space. Knowing that as you step into this space more and more often, you will need to less and less often. As this portal becomes integrated with the everyday life, it becomes a place of internal reference that's always accessible, always available to us. So we are inwardly resourced to be in this shifting world that can feel so dualistic, so polarized. And in this space, reminding ourselves there is an infinite amount of energy in this universe and that we are not separate from it. Therefore, it is always available to us as we consciously connect with the earth and with the heavens, knowing that we can always connect to this glowing energy source within and without. Breathing here. And consciously connecting now with the geometry of the infinity loop. So we can make this figure 8 shape, this infinity loop. As a reminder that however polarized things might feel, however off kilter we might sometimes feel, outside, different, not belonging. This is all part of infinite cycles, and we can always come back to center. We do always come back to center. And so feeling into this geometry now in your body, perhaps you'd like to sway your shoulders in this shape. Perhaps you'd like to stand and feel this geometry in your hips and your pelvis. Maybe you'd like to stand with your torso dangling down and your arms flowing in this shape. And however you're moving on the outside, you can feel this geometry internally as well. In your heart space, in your root chakra, feeling into wherever you're called to in your body, using this shape as medicine for your body and soul. Feeling these loops even within your cells, your organs, your DNA, and even the spaces in between, those quantum spaces. And for yourself, you can also make this shape in front of your eyes, moving so that your eyes come right to your peripheral vision, following with your eyes. This can be immensely calming. Assisting you to connect to all aspects, all regions of your brain. Here we are in this infinite loop of life, always coming back to center. Realizing the truth of who we are. Expanding, going on adventures from this space. So staying in the sacred place of acceptance and freedom, Continuing to work with this infinity loop if it speaks to you, however it speaks to you. And just taking a little time now to connect to the energy of forgiveness. What does forgiveness mean to you? Is it a sacred release? Is it unconditional love beyond judgment? Is it simply freedom? This staying with this infinity shape. If you prefer to, or if you wish to do both, you could also tap your thumb to the end of your little finger, accessing the end of the heart meridian, and also the lung meridian, with energies of worthiness and unconditional love. I am worthy. I am unconditional love. And working here into this forgiveness. And because whatever's inside is outside, as above, so below, we're in this fractal reality. We will work primarily with forgiveness of the self, knowing that this will ripple out. It's also forgiveness of others. So I will say some statements aloud. You can repeat them to yourself at home, in your head, or aloud, or you can simply work with your own process of forgiveness at this time. There is no way to get this wrong. There is no way to get this wrong. So I forgive myself for judging myself, for not fitting in. I forgive myself for judging myself as not belonging. I forgive myself for judging myself for being too much. I forgive myself for judging myself for not being enough. I forgive myself for judging myself for being too sensitive. I forgive myself for judging myself for not understanding. I forgive myself for judging myself for not having it all together. I forgive myself for judging myself for not fully participating in my own life. I forgive myself for judging myself, for putting myself down. I forgive myself for judging myself, for judging others. I forgive myself for judging myself, for shutting myself down. I forgive myself for judging myself. And so just taking a little time here staying in this infinity loop energy if it serves you, to run through anything else that comes up for you around forgiveness. What do you judge or criticize yourself for? What things do you feel you should be doing, or ways you should be? Taking this time now. I forgive myself. I am unconditional love. Inanna Rakma, Inanna Rakma, Inanna Rakma. I am forgiveness. Inanna Shavak, Inanna Shavak, Inanna Shavak. Feeling your beautiful, tender heart space, honoring your journey in this lifetime as a bringer of change, as a healer of old wounds and patterns. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. We are here and we love you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to pass over to Rose and see what we're bringing through.
Wow. Kirsty. I feel like just a light language at the moment. You're just going to stay in that space for a few seconds. Everybody, Kimato, Kimato, Rachai Nato. And even as we are just in the space, keeping our feet firmly planted on the ground, pondering, wondering, if not just being. So we have gone through this little time in the last few, maybe 10, 15 minutes where we had some time where we're doing this infinity loop. The infinity loop brings balance. And in bringing balance, the balance is all about balance within yourself. Because remember, you can move your body that way. You can write that infinity loop in thin air with your fingers. You can use your fingers to do the infinity loop around your eyes. And what it does is just stabilizes and balances us and bring us into stasis, into this alignment of being balanced. And all of ourselves into oneness, into the vessel as we are consciously aware of it right now. And so it's interesting, Kirsty, you talk about forgiveness. Because every time we think about the black sheep is about saying, you're wrong as you are. And we have believed that all this time. So thank you for taking us through that process. And it's the start from here, from this moment on. It's the start. It's the start of discovering. If you didn't think about it before, forgiving yourself. very important. Forgiving yourself. Necessary to forgive yourself. Necessary to say to yourself, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Rose. And please forgive me, Rose. I thank you, Rose, for showing up. I thank you for showing up for yourself, despite being told you're wrong. And I love you, Rose. Iramako. And as I say this, I say Rose because that's Iramako tu farana ki tu farana. This is me. I was remembering that I'm the black sheep of the family. I shouldn't say I am. I was called the black sheep of the family. I was treated in that black sheep mode. And when I say I am, it's almost like I'm owning it. But actually, I need to stop doing that because I am me. You are you. You who you are, me who I am. We're enough. We're enough. We're ourselves. We cannot be anyone else. So now I want to encourage you to take a moment to breathe again. And if you need to put your hand on your heart, then hand on your heart, for you'll feel the warmth that your energy brings to you, and that you are enough, and that you are all you are all that you can be, and to be you is okay. If it's not like anyone else, that's just sarahaituna. It is okay. It is ora mahaina tuko Did anyone feel a movement in the chest? Because I felt one in mine. I was like, what? Okay, what is that? So, as we're coming back from that, I need to show today. I had a dragon turn up this morning because I've been tuning in and asking the guides, well, so what is this going to be about today? And I wondered if I would do the Ho'oponopono prayer, the forgiveness prayer. And I thought, well, Kirsty's doing all this beautiful chant, and I feel like that chant does a lot for us. The gate of light. I feel like I just needed to say the words. In the end, maybe I will sing it just so that everybody knows what I'm speaking about and what it sounds like. We will put a link to one of the versions of the Ho'oponopono prayer in this, as well as we would put the gate of light in the description box, because I feel like forgiveness is necessary, and many of us need to take that time to forgive, most importantly, ourselves, for buying into it, for believing it. And who could blame us? Because we always believe what our parents say is right. What our teacher says is A and amen. Well, yeah. Now coming back to this morning, I was given a particular dragon, but then I started to see more and more that there were this theme coming through, and that is the pink dragons. So this one I'm going to show up. I will read very shortly what the dragon that actually needs to be here, what it's going to say, what the messages are. There are two of them, and I can't, it's got so much to do with heart space. So this is the dusky pink dragon from Andromeda, and this dragon has got musical notes in its paws. Can you see? What is your song? What is the song of your heart? Who are you? What is the song you're singing about yourself? Do you make up a tune for you? Sing your name. Sing your name, like Ananda, Ananda, Kirsty, Kirsty, Kirsty. We need to start singing, hailing ourselves. This dragon is here to prepare our chakras to embody higher love, right? Higher love for self first. Yeramakutuna tafarana here. Okay, that's it. And it says, accept and radiate higher love. How do you accept and radiate higher love? To touch others with our flame by loving ourselves. Cannot hate you. I mean, we've tried it. We've been doing it for, what, aeons now, where we just don't like ourselves, but you're going to tell everybody else, love yourself. You support other people. We don't support ourselves. Come on. Kira makoto fora. Come back to self. No koreve. And yeah, the dusky pink dragon. Okay. Dusky pink, look at it, holding a rose in its paws. Yeah. And all the rose petals all around it. Pink, pink, pink. And this dusky pink dragon prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Who's the cosmic heart? I think the planet is Venus. That's the cosmic heart. Okay, of the universe. Oh, yeah. Maybe I got. Now I'm getting confused about my chakras of the planets and chakras. So excuse me if I got that wrong. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. A cosmic heart. That's all that's important. Connecting with the love of the universe. Yeah. The universe loves me. The universe loves me. Remember that. Lilac fire dragon transmutes through the power of divine love. There we go. Flowers again. Look at the lilac fire. And of course, Kuan Yin's pink dragon. Kuan Yin's pink dragon. Kuan Yin sitting in the lotus flower. And brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. Very interesting karmic balance. Remember, infinity loop brings balance. The figure 8 is bringing balance. I want to encourage you, even if it looks silly, stand outside on the barefoot in the garden and go do your infinite and do the infinity loop and see how you feel. That's another grounding exercise. Right. A lot of dragons, a lot of dragons, and the message was pink, 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 love, 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 the heart, 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 heart. Right. Leaving you with those 2 messages before we do a light language transmission. I feel very tearful today, friends. I feel very tearful today because as we were doing this, as Kirsty was doing this, I realized something. I have some of the behaviors in my world now, no matter what I do to move forward, they still exhibit as black sheep. So if you're in that situation, like for me, I don't know why I feel emotional about it, but maybe I do have, obviously I have stuff that I need to clear and I need to go through the layers and heal myself or love myself. And I love myself. I've had a real journey this year of self-love. That's been the theme of this year, self-love. Okay. So for me, last year was shadow work and this year is self-love. But I think what it is to say, to be you, to fulfill your soul's purpose on the planet, is to stand out and own it and say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be this. And remember, many of us, our parents, our soul parents are not on the planet. Those that birthed us are not our soul parents. Our soul parents, our soul teachers have all given us heart, heart, heart. They have shown us the perfection of what love is, no matter who we are, no matter what we look like, no matter what the behaviors are that we exhibit. And so that is what in us. That's what's in us, and that's probably what we come expecting, but we don't get it. And at the end of the day, that's not the mission here. Come away from those ideas that you need to please your parents, you need to please your teachers, you need to please your religious teacher, whatever the past has been. You are you, and you have come to be you. You have come to fulfill the soul contract. The amnesia is what keeps us in darkness about that, keeps us unawakened, unaware of what it is. We are coming out of that. Now take the journey and see yourself and see the beautiful you that you are. See that you are uniquely you, that you deserve to be you, that all that you are is okay. Yeah. Once we get through that, remember, it's the war of the mind. It's not often the war of the heart. It's the war of the mind that affects what happens in the heart or how we see ourselves. So put the mind thoughts that are negative, the black sheep thoughts, all of that, put that, it's got to go. It's got to be transmuted. And today, that's what we'll do in our light language. That's what we'll do. We will transmute thought patterns. We will transmute belief systems that say that we are, that give us that black sheep. It won't happen overnight that you'll start to feel the difference, but from here on going forward, it will happen. Every day is a transformational day. Every day it will come through. So I am going to bring forth the message that the dragon is. I'm sorry that there's too many dragons, but hey, they came. So we if it's too long, I apologize. Friends, karamatu na kaitai wharanatu. The gold and silver violet flame dragon. It's a transformational dragon. It holds a butterfly and it's got the violet flame surrounding it. And this dragon comes to tell you and to avail itself to you. It transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. That's what it does. And it's saying to us, it's time for transmutation, magic and healing. And we offer us, and it offers its service under grace. And so we offer our service under grace too. This glorious dragon works with Archangel Zadkiel and Saint Germain, the Lord of civilization, and automatically links us to them when we call them in. Saint Germain was a great magician and dragon master. When we speak his name, a great light touches us. Archangel Zadkiel too illuminates us and the dragons when we call him in. The dragons then surround us in gold, silver, and violet flames of wisdom, grace, and transmutation. The violet flames transmute the old and raise the frequency to a higher level. The silver ones bring in divine feminine grace, and the gold ones saturate us with wisdom. That is going to help us. That is what we're calling in. This gold and silver violet flame. That is what's helping us today. Transmuting the old, moving into a higher perspective of whatever it is we need to move into. And then this is the dragon that's been talking this morning. The magenta dragon. Enables us to bring forward our soul wisdom. That's what we hold back. When we hold on to the past and we hold on to whatever's happened, that's what we prevent ourselves from bringing forth here as a soul, as a soul that's here to go through the transformation process. So today I ask you, are you ready to release it? And are you ready to transmute the old and move forward into your soul wisdom? Because all of us, all of you watching, whenever you watch this, whether it's in the live, whether you watch it later on, soul wisdom. And that will mean traversing, taking your ascension path in an amazing way, being true to yourself. The planet, the collective needs for us to come into our true soul wisdom. And not only do they, we need to, because as soon as we see it, we will start to see how blessed we are, how right we are, how absolutely in the right place and time, and what we're doing and what we're bringing to the planet is necessary and needed. And that's what we contracted for, yeah, to come here and to do this. And also, I just noticed that this dragon also has a flame around it. Orange flame. Yeah, it's kind of an unusual dragon compared to the others, right? Right, friends. So as we sit, feet firmly planted on the ground, have a crystal in your hand if that's available to you. Corona ketara mahayu. Chikarana jo, chikarana jo. Era lele lo, nayarana ke amo. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Karanaku. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Irana tile oh pono pono oh pono 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 la 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 chene Karanatiye lole lo mayam Oranati fle ya hua Keramatora matekram Beloveds, koronati makai to koronati. Okuramatena ko achilene te au katsena karofatena ko. Kiemo tomorona tena ko te. Yeo mesa hanche oro han aitsu koronakai. Oh, hanete ai hi tikarut ka hadur kadur hazukus da hurut o harlu shikarus ko al shikarka. Uzkur krikiska oskan chika ajkur krikiska absolutely so sound so Ukrainera uskatka avlich ko matsko matsu it's anti to fight. وخانتي ولخت كنت ممكن أخسكتيا وكرسك وسكو أنشلز لقرو You are pink. Utkan kitla also. Many of you are pink. Not black. That, my friends, is the truth of it all. You saw them pink dragons. Music. Transformation. Fire. Ma agilete. Dread devil. Magenta dragons, pink dragons that you are. Awaken, O Trakaja. Awaken, O Rukuchanda, let's say. No, Raknovracha. Merocha Uchineta. Yeah, oh, see, oh, no, dear, ma, krutsa. Yitse, no, trachrate. Yeah, no, semate. Interesting vision, friends. I see a squad of magenta dragons just descending on us, but they're asleep. And that was a little bit like, what's happening here? That is the vision. That is the vision of how we've looked so far. Magenta dragons sleeping. Now. This transmission wakes you up. If it hasn't already, it's going to. The leader of the squad of pink dragons. Turning around and looking at them and saying, Gurana, this is all of you. Namaketia, notify, nete, mastiata, ochranatia, luche, setaforana. Remember who you are. Remember that you are contracted to this planet. You are here. You have come here by divine appointment. That is the divine contract. For want of a different word, or lack of a different word, this is what your agreement is, maybe. Or this is what your soul agreement is, to come here and to be. Kiara, no more victim mentality. Sorry, that feels like it's a bit of a whooping we're getting right now. No more. You know who you are. Now awaken to that. That's to say, awaken to who you are and stand in your power. That does not mean creating havoc. It does not mean speaking prematurely. It means standing in your power and being silent, for soon you'll be bringing in the knowledge of your mission. Your soul will be bringing in the knowledge of your mission here in this time on this planet. And your mission is only of higher perspective, higher vibration, only of that great thing called, that binds us all together, called love. Yeah, I don't know. It is not enough to say or to think or to desire to be loved by others. It is only enough, mostly enough, very importantly enough to love self. Ooh, Kiama, this love you want, this love you need, you have it. Accept you. Accept yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Kunateka inatela mato. Here cradle yourself, cradle yourself. Love you. Amma, Thank you, friends. Mother yourself, love yourself, cradle you, rock you. Rock yourself like you're a baby. Inikite. You are the baby you need to rock. Kinachela kacha. So, thank you, my dear ones. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you, Tukoronate. Thank you, Karanachela katapa. Era kotama. Namaste. Ooh. Thank you. Well, as we come back from that, everyone, remember to drink your water. Kiana matsofo, kanonati falakete. Kirsty.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was so perfect that all of that pink came through. It's just this pure heart opening love energy.
Yeah, just feel like I want
and
to
it's
close.
Not always soft. Sometimes it's strong.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Love.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I mean, love is like that, isn't it? You don't to love is to also, it's also to be able to say, you know, sometimes we have to be strong. We have to say the word we add. I keep hearing admonish. We have to admonish. I don't know, you know that word. It's not punish, it's admonish. We have to guide like that. We have to be tough. Like we need to be told. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. And I hope that, you know, that you go out and ground yourself and, you know, come back to this if you need to. But I really love that we're doing this, that it's a live event. It takes away that mantle of getting people to register because, you know, we so freely guided to do this. We so freely guided to do this. And we so love doing this. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for being here now or in the future. And just remember that, you know, you are the authority on you. So if the practices from this session are helpful to you, remind yourself to use them, whether it's that infinity loop, working with forgiveness. You can revisit that section of the video. You can re-listen to the light language. And then, you know, there could be any number of other ways that you like to work with those energies, whether it's meditation, journaling, music, dance. So feel into that for yourself.
Yeah.
And continue, you know, from at the end of this session, the energies will keep going and you make them your own. So yeah, thank you.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you. I just really appreciate I like that you spoke more to everybody today. And I appreciate that. I really appreciate your commitment to this. Just really beautiful. Such a beautiful union of all of us. So thank you. Well, everyone, thank you. I just feel like we need to go and be quiet for some reason. So we'll catch you here next time. We'll let you know when we do another one of these. I believe we will do another one of these in the next month. We will tune into how that works, if that is what we're supposed to do, because remember, we want to be guided to do this. I feel like we've gone through, sorry, I was going to say goodbye, but I just realized I need to explain this. I feel like we've gone through this period of transition from the last one we did. And I think the last one we did was in August or September. And I feel there's so much of change, so much of shifting has happened and all of that. But now we're in this space where it's coming up to everyone's talking about it's Scorpio season and the veil is thin. So we're getting a lot of downloads, but we're also coming up to a time that is very stressful for people. You know, that festive time, the rush of the festive seasons, the holiday seasons, and all of that's coming up. And I just feel like leading up to that, we sort of need to support the collective in staying grounded and lots of things happening, lots of question marks coming up. How do I do my life? This festive stuff is going on, holiday season's happening. Some parts of the world, some parts of the planet, nothing much has changed for them. For us, in terms of those that are consciously working to in working, well, transforming ascension, part of that ascension process, lots has changed in a short space of time. Some people are completely unaware of this. So how are we going to be there? Because we're going to be time with family and all of that. And how are we going to do all that? How are we going to navigate that? And remember, we have transformed so much so quickly. You know, we meet people that we loved and have spent holidays with for years and years, and then suddenly you think like, oh, I don't feel this anymore. How are we going to navigate it?
Yes, I think that will be a beautiful thing, perhaps next time, to work into stabilizing those energies, that real grounded, truthful presence of yourself, which can be in grace and flow, even around, you know, that annoying family member, or whatever it is, and those intense energies. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, friends, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you next time here. We absolutely love it. This is, you know, and love to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us whenever you do, whether it's live or whether it's, you know, when later on. Well, thank you. Namaste, everyone. Catch you next time. Bye.